Timothee Chalamet is gaslighting Kylie Jenner. Some days he likes to pretend that their relationship doesn't exist, but then on other days he embraces Kylie so that he can make the headlines. Right now, Kylie Jenner is confused. She loves Timothee, but she doesn't trust him, especially after learning about his suspicious relationship with his co-star.
This is what happened when the internet accused Timothée Chalamet of using Kylie Jenner to promote his movies. For over 2 years now, one of Hollywood's most unexpected couples has been at the center of a controversy that questions whether their entire relationship is just a strategic PR move. But here's the thing, the actual facts tell a very different story than the headlines suggest. Let's start with how this whole thing began, because honestly, nobody saw this coming. January 2023 brought Kylie Jenner's split from Travis Scott, and around the same time, both she and Timothée Chalamet showed up at the Jean-Paul Gaultier show during Paris Fashion Week. Footage of them meeting at this event actually exists. A few months later in April, the gossip site Du Mois posted an anonymous tip about relationship rumors between them, and on April 13th, Entertainment Tonight confirmed they were dating. Think about how wild this pairing seemed at the time. On one side, you have Timothée Chalamet, the darling of indie cinema, the guy who scored his first Oscar nomination at age 22 for Call Me By Your Name, the actor who's known for doing artsy films and keeping his personal life extremely private. And on the other side, Kylie Jenner, literally the most followed woman on Instagram with somewhere between 393 and 400 million followers, a reality TV star since age 10, someone whose entire life has been documented on camera, and the founder of a cosmetics empire that brings in almost $1 billion a year. The internet lost its mind, and fans were confused, shocked, and honestly, a lot of them were not happy about it. For the first few months, things were pretty low-key. Page 6 reported they were spotted at Tito's Tacos in Los Angeles, which is such a random detail, but also kind of adorable. But then, September 2023 rolled around and they made their first real public appearance together at Beyoncé's Renaissance World Tour at SoFi Stadium, where photographers caught them kissing. A week later, on September 10th, they attended the US Open together and were photographed kissing again. This is when things started getting messy, because here's what a lot of people don't realize. Timothee had a major movie coming out that December. Wonka was set to release on December 15th of 2023 with a production budget of $125 million, and the studio needed this movie to perform well. And suddenly, Timothée Chalamet is all over the tabloids because he's dating one of the most famous women in the world. November 2023 brought them to the Wall Street Journal magazine's Innovator Awards together, where Kylie was being honored as a brand innovator, and they went to the SNL afterparty when Timothée hosted the show. Then, in December, Kylie attended the Wonka London premiere without walking the red carpet. But she was at the premiere and the afterparty. The movie opened with $39 million and went on to make $634.5 million worldwide, which was a massive success.
Split? What split? Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner shutting down breakup rumors with this saucy red carpet appearance, packed with PDA.
That's a funny thing to say, but it's really true, too.
The couple of nearly 3 years posing together at the Marty Supreme premiere in LA on Monday, sharing some loving looks and a few laughs. Timothee holding Kylie close, his hand around her waist, even resting on her lower back. And we haven't even mentioned the matching outfits.
And that's when the whispers started. Did Timothée Chalamet use Kylie Jenner to promote his movie? Let me tell you about Club Chalamet, because this is where things get really intense. There's this Twitter and Instagram account run by a 57-year-old woman named Simone who identifies as a film buff. And she is devoted to Timothée Chalamet. Like, she reportedly owns Warner Bros. Stock because he stars in their films. She's attended his premieres and even taken photos with him. When the relationship with Kylie became public in September 2023, Club Chalamet went off. She hosted a 52-minute Twitter Spaces discussion about the relationship, called Kylie a stalker, claimed the Kardashians orchestrated the public appearances, and said Timothee was being blackmailed. And my personal favorite quote from her was this: "We've never even seen them go to Olive Garden. He loves Italian food." Like, ma'am? What does Olive Garden have to do with anything? But Club Chalamet wasn't alone in her outrage. A lot of fans were genuinely upset that Timothee was dating someone from reality TV, and there were misogynistic comments calling Kylie artificial and saying she had a low IQ. Some fans even nicknamed her Slurpee, calling her artificial and unhealthy, while others were saying she wasn't good enough for him. Rolling Stone actually published an article in November 2024 examining the toxicity of stan culture around this relationship. Here's what's wild, though. Both Timothee and Kylie have been extremely consistent about wanting privacy. Timothee told GQ in 2023 that sometimes people are going to be confused when you say you're trying to live a private life, and he even referenced the South Park episode that parodied Harry and Meghan's worldwide privacy tour. Kylie told the New York Times in 2024, when asked about Timothee inspiring her style, that she didn't know how she felt about that and didn't want to talk about personal things. She told British Vogue that privacy is important to her in life and told Elle in November 2024 that she thinks it's important to keep things to yourself. On one hand, you have two people saying they want privacy, but on the other hand, they're showing up at major public events together. This is the contradiction that's been feeding the conspiracy theories. January 2024 brought Timothee's Golden Globe nomination for Wonka, and Kylie attended with him. But here's the interesting part. They didn't walk the red carpet together, showed up separately, and then sat together inside the ceremony. He lost to Paul Giamatti that night. Fast forward to 2025, and Timothee has another huge movie coming out, A Complete Unknown, a Bob Dylan biopic that was released on December 25th of 2024. Filming happened from March to June 2024, and by all accounts, Timothee was completely method about it. He sang all 40 Dylan songs himself, played guitar and harmonica, and stayed in character throughout filming while abstaining from using his cell phone for the entire 3 months of production to stay in character. On set, he was referred to as Bob and was even listed as Bob Dylan on the call sheets. The movie came out to strong reviews, 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, and an A cinema score. And of course, Timothee got nominated for another Oscar. This is his second Best Actor nomination, which is a huge deal because he and James Dean are the only actors to receive 2 Best Actor nominations in their 20s. At the January 5th, 2025 Golden Globes, Kylie attended again, and again they skipped the red carpet but sat together inside. A source told Page 6 that Kylie didn't want to make the night about them, which is why they avoided the red carpet. He lost to Adrien Brody that night. Then came the Oscars on March 2nd of 2025, and this was huge. Timothee was sitting in the winner's seat in the front row at the Dolby Theater with Kylie seated right next to him. But here's a really sweet detail that nobody talks about. Before the Best Actor announcement, Kylie gave up her seat so that Timothee's mother could sit next to him. He lost to Adrien Brody, and that's when the real drama started. Rob Shuter is a former publicist and gossip columnist who was an editor at OK Magazine and publishes a Substack called Naughty But Nice. After Timothee lost the Oscar, Shuter came out with this theory that Kylie Jenner was the kiss of death for Timothee's Oscar hopes. His argument was basically that Academy members are snobby and look down on Kardashian reality TV fame, and he claimed there was almost like an investigation in Hollywood, almost like a failed political campaign, to uncover why this didn't work. The implication was that if Timothee had been dating someone else, or nobody at all, he might have won the Oscar. But let's be real for a second. If Timothee had won at age 29, he would have been the youngest Best Actor winner ever. And the current record holder is Adrien Brody, who won at 29 for The Pianist. That's the same Adrien Brody who beat Timothee this year, so was it really about Kylie, or was the competition just that strong? Also, Timothee has been losing awards all season. He lost the Golden Globe for Wonka in 2024, and lost the Golden Globe for A Complete Unknown in 2025, and both times Kylie was there. But he was also just up against really strong performances. And sometimes you just don't win. Throughout 2025, the tabloids went absolutely wild with anonymous sources making all kinds of claims. Radar Online, The National Enquirer, and Globe published stories claiming that Kylie is desperate for Timothee to get her movie roles, that Kris Jenner sees dollar signs when she looks at him, that the family is trying to capitalize on his fame, that Timothee wants an open relationship and is bored, that he sees Kylie as a glorified booty call, and that he skipped Kris Jenner's 70th birthday. Here's the thing about all of these stories. They're all from anonymous sources. There's no way to verify any of it, and they directly contradict what other sources have been saying to more reputable outlets. People magazine, which tends to be more reliable when it comes to celebrity relationships, has published multiple stories with sources describing the relationship as serious, saying they're very in love and stronger than ever. These sources say the families are close to each other, and that Timothee is involved with Kylie's children. She has 2 kids with Travis Scott, 7-year-old Stormy and 3-year-old Ari. Who do you believe? The anonymous tabloid sources claiming it's all fake, or the sources saying it's serious and real? Here's something that actually supports the idea that they're serious. On May 7th of 2025, more than 2 years into their relationship, they made their first official red carpet debut together at the David Di Donatello Awards in Rome, where Timothée received an honorary award. 2 years of dating before walking a red carpet together. If this was all about publicity and promotion, wouldn't they have done that way earlier? Like maybe at the Wonka premiere or at the first Golden Globes? Why wait over 2 years? When they finally did it, Vanity Fair literally wrote that their heart goes out to Club Chalamet, and Simone from Club Chalamet responded that she's fine and she's always here for Timothée. Always. The relationship continued throughout 2025 with a movie night at TCL Chinese Theater in Los Angeles in June, and then in July, and this is actually kind of funny, Kylie followed Timothée on Instagram for the first time. They'd been dating for over 2 years, and she just then followed him, and he doesn't follow her back. But to be fair, he follows 0 accounts on Instagram. He has 19.7 million followers and follows nobody. Now we're in late 2025, and Timothée has another movie in the works, Marty Supreme, a ping pong player biopic directed by Josh Safdie. The movie had its premiere at the New York Film Festival on October 6th, and Kylie attended. Then there was a Los Angeles premiere on December 8th, and they both showed up in matching orange outfits. A body language expert named Judy James analyzed photos from the premiere and told the Daily Mail that Jenner appeared more interested in presenting a united front, while Chalamet appeared far more detached. But body language analysis is subjective interpretation, not fact, and you can look at the same photo and see whatever you want to see based on what you already believe. The movie just received 3 Golden Globe nominations, and there's expected Oscar buzz for the 2026 ceremony, which means the cycle continues. Big movie, award season, Kylie attending events, people speculating about whether it's real or strategic. Let's step back and look at what we actually know for sure, not what tabloids claim or what fans speculate. Fact number 1 is that Timothée and Kylie have been dating since April 2023, which means over 2.5 years now. Fact number 2 is that they maintain extreme privacy about their relationship, and neither of them talks about it in interviews. When directly asked, they deflect or decline to comment. Fact number 3 is that they skip red carpets together, but attend events inside, and this has been consistent from the beginning. Fact number 4 is that the relationship has continued through multiple movie releases and award seasons, not just one. Fact number 5 is that it took them over 2 years to walk a red carpet together. Fact number 6 is that multiple sources describe the relationship as serious, with families being close to each other. Now let's look at what we don't have. We don't have any verified evidence that Timothée is using Kylie for publicity. We don't have any verified evidence that the Kardashians orchestrated this relationship. And we don't have any verified evidence that it's fake or strategic. What we have is a lot of anonymous sources making claims to tabloids that are known for publishing sensational, unverified gossip. We have fans who are upset that their favorite actor is dating someone they don't approve of. And we have one entertainment industry expert suggesting that the relationship might have hurt his Oscar chances, which is speculation, not fact. Here's what really bothers me about this whole thing. Kylie Jenner is worth somewhere between $700 and $750 million as of 2024, and Kylie Cosmetics brought in $957.7 million in 2023, which is 63% of Coty's total revenue. She earns $1.2 million per sponsored Instagram post and has the most followers of any woman on Instagram. She doesn't need Timothée Chalamet for publicity because she is the publicity. And yes, Timothée is a huge star who got his first Oscar nomination at age 22, making him the 3rd youngest nominee ever. But in terms of pure fame and reach, Kylie has him beat by a mile. She's been on TV since she was 10 years old and has been famous her entire adult life. When people say he's using her for publicity, That makes some sense from a cynical perspective. She has way more followers, way more media attention, way more tabloid coverage. But when people say she's using him, for what exactly? Movie roles that she's never expressed interest in pursuing? Money when she has more money than he does? Fame when she's more famous than he is? The using each other narrative only works if you believe both of them are so calculated and strategic that they would fake a relationship for over 2 years, introduce each other to their families, involve her children, coordinate outfits, and maintain consistent behavior throughout multiple award seasons. All for what exactly? Slightly better box office numbers? Or more Instagram engagement? Or maybe, and hear me out here, they just like each other. Look, I'm not saying celebrity relationships are never strategic, and PR relationships definitely exist in Hollywood, but this one doesn't fit the pattern. A PR relationship would have had way more red carpet moments. They would have posted about each other on social media. They would have done coordinated magazine interviews. They wouldn't have waited 2 years to walk a red carpet together, and they probably would have broken up after the first major movie cycle was done. Instead, what we're seeing is two people who seem genuinely committed to keeping their relationship private while also not hiding the fact that they're together. They show up for each other at important career moments. They've been consistently dating for over 2 years. They involve their families, and they both refuse to talk about it publicly. Timothee didn't need Kylie to promote Wonka, and the movie made $634.5 million worldwide because it was a fun family film with great reviews and a built-in brand. A complete unknown is getting buzz because Timothee gave an incredible performance and sang all the songs himself. And Marty Supreme is generating awards talk because Josh Safdie is a respected director, and the movie looks genuinely interesting. And Kylie is still running her massive cosmetics empire, launching new product lines, and being one of the most influential people on social media. So, she's fine. So, was Timothee Chalamet exposed for using Kylie Jenner to promote his movies? No, and that narrative is based on tabloid speculation, anonymous sources, and fans who don't want to accept that their favorite actor is dating someone they don't approve of. What actually happened is that two extremely famous people started dating, tried to keep it private, and the internet lost its mind because they didn't fit together in the way people expected. People created conspiracy theories to explain something that didn't make sense to them, when the simplest explanation is usually the right one. They're just two people dating, and sometimes in Hollywood it really is that simple. And honestly, the fact that they've managed to keep so much of their relationship private for over 2 years, despite both being mega famous, is kind of impressive. In an era where everything is documented and shared and analyzed, they've created boundaries and stuck to them. Whether they last or not, whether they eventually break up or get married, the one thing we can say for sure is that the using each other for publicity narrative was always more about what people wanted to believe than what the evidence actually showed. Timothée Chalamet wasn't exposed, and the only thing that got exposed was how quickly people will create elaborate theories to explain a relationship they don't understand or approve of. And that says a lot more about us than it does about them.